Hey guys, Chris here, bringing you guys another update. Just wanted to give you a quick update on the Canaries. We do have some chicks that have hatched today and yesterday, and so I just wanted to bring you guys that update. So as of right now, I have my red factors that are right here. They're paired up. She's got 3 chicks that have hatched out of 4 eggs. The other egg is fertile, so I'm expecting it to hatch tomorrow morning, most likely. And then she'll have all 4 chicks there. They're great. Like I said in my previous videos, this is their 3rd year breeding for me. They're awesome parents, very attentive, very gentle, and calm demeanor, which I love. The male is a great dad and has done a really good job. And so, I just wanted to bring you guys an update. So I know I did have a couple of you guys ask if I use dummy eggs or why I don't use dummy eggs. And so I do have dummy eggs. I have used them in the past. I do think they are beneficial. And I think that you can get some really good results out of them. My personal experience, I haven't had the greatest results with them. And what I mean by that is, when I have used dummy eggs and I take the real eggs out, and usually you'll place them in a container, you know, of like seed or something like that, to store the eggs until the hen finishes laying, and then you'll place all those eggs back in. My experience in the past is the eggs that I've pulled out and have sat in the container and waited for the hen to finish laying her last egg, my fertility rates tended to drop. Out of pairs that were very fertile, maybe like 50% of my eggs would hatch or be fertile. And usually it was like those first 2 eggs that I pull never seemed to hatch for me or be fertile. And so I don't know what it was. I probably was doing something wrong, maybe how I was storing them wrong, or I wasn't rotating them enough or properly or something like that. Just made it to where I wasn't getting the fertility rates that I wanted. And then as soon as I stopped that and I let my hens just kind of sit naturally and I didn't pull their eggs, my fertility rates went up. So I know it was something that I was doing that wasn't right, and I couldn't quite figure out what I was doing wrong. So if you guys got any experiences below, shoot some comments below. That'd be great. Also, another thing, sometimes I just don't have the time, you know, with work constraints or family needs. Sometimes you forget that you have the eggs, or you forget to rotate the eggs, or something like that, which could be detrimental to them in the past or in the future. And so that's been my experience for them. I'm not saying in any way to not use dummy eggs. I think they're a great benefit, because typically for most canaries, when they lay the first egg, the hen will usually start sitting, and then she'll lay an egg a day, but she'll start sitting after that first egg. And then come time for hatching, the chicks will usually hatch 1 day at a time. And most likely that very last chick will be too small and will end up getting trampled below the other chicks, because even 2 days difference makes a huge difference as far as the size of the chicks go. So these guys have been great. She's been great mom. She's been very attentive, and I'm hoping that this last egg will hatch tomorrow, and we'll give that baby a little bit better chance for survival. She has raised 4 chicks for me in the past, and so I think it will be fine, and she can do it again. So we'll let you take a peek of the chicks here. She just jumped off for us. You can see the 1 egg still in there. See if we can get them to pop their heads up. Come on, guys. You can see, oh, there we go. You see those 3 little heads down in there. Look so cute. So, like I said, hoping that that last egg will hatch tomorrow morning, give that baby a good chance of survival. And so that's usually why people will use the dummy eggs, is they can replace those live eggs with dummy eggs. And then once that mom lays that 4th or 5th egg, her last egg, then they'll put all of the eggs in there at once, and the chicks will usually hatch on the same day because they all started their incubation time on the same day. And so that's usually what happens. For other birds, most other birds and most other finches, that's usually not the case. Usually the parents don't start sitting tightly until after usually like that third egg is laid. So most of your chicks will hatch around the same day or within 1 or 2 days of each other. So it's not that big of an issue with other birds. It's mostly just canaries. So you guys drop your comments and your experiences below on dummy eggs. Let me know how it's gone for you guys. Not saying it doesn't work. I think it does work and it has great value. I just personally haven't had the greatest of success with it, and so I haven't really pushed it. And this pair right here, I'm not worried about because she does such a good job and is such an attentive mother and gentle. And like I said, she's raised 4 chicks for me before, so it's not that bad of an issue. So we had 2 chicks that hatched yesterday. Then I had 1 chick that hatched this morning. So I'm hoping either tonight or tomorrow morning that last egg will hatch out and we'll get all 4 chicks within 2 days. That would be amazing. So give them a good chance to be in all the same weight and age and all that. And so here's my other hen. My male red factor's been singing to her quite a bit. So she's starting to pluck with the nesting material in there. I have put a few strips of nesting material. She's kind of played with them, but she hasn't quite built a nest or been super interested yet. So we'll give her a little bit more time. Hopefully she'll come around for me. And then down here, I got a mosaic male right there. And then I have a lipochrome mosaic female right there. And so he's been singing a lot too, been singing his heart out. She really hasn't shown a whole lot of interest. So we'll see what happens there. And you know what, if all else fails and I take these guys out and I put them back in the aviary, and come springtime, you know, come March time when the temperature rises, the sun comes out for longer periods of time, maybe they'll come into breeding condition then and we'll be ready. So we'll see what happens. Not quite sure what's going to happen there. I am, like I said before, I am looking at some other breeders that have some canaries. I have found a breeder that I really like some of the canaries he has. He mostly just has normal, you know, yellow American Singer canaries, which I'm okay with. I actually really like the yellow canaries. I think they're beautiful. And so looking to see if he has some females that are ready to breed. And if that's the case, I'm going to grab a couple of them and I'll probably set them up here, and I'll probably let my red factor male breed with them. So we'll see what happens there, see how that goes for us. Really hoping that hopefully by the next video that I have on canaries, the next update that I have, I'll have some new canaries for you guys and we can set them up. And so I think one thing to note, don't get frustrated if your canaries don't breed for you. This is a great example of me setting them up, my male's singing beautifully, my hen, she's in really good condition, she's very healthy, she's lively, she's just not quite ready to breed yet. And so that's why nothing has happened. And that's not a bad thing. You know, don't get frustrated. If it doesn't happen, separate them again, let your male continue to sing, because his singing helps bring that female into condition. Also, make sure your lighting's correct. You know, if you're wanting to breed, you need to have at least 12 hours of light a day. Make sure their diet's correct. You know, they're receiving egg food, regular seeds. Lots of times I'll throw in soaked seeds and millet seeds once or twice a week just to stimulate them, get them going, because, you know, providing a lot of food for them, stimulating those hormones to improve, you know. And so I think that helps bring them into breeding condition. But it's something that takes time, and you know, it can take up to months for that to happen and work, you know. And so don't get frustrated, don't feel like your birds won't breed for you. You know, sometimes you put them together and in 2 days you have a nest built and have eggs laid, and you put birds together and it's been 3 weeks now and still nothing. So that's okay. You know, just need to make sure you're looking at your surroundings and reading and gathering that information on what brings a canary into breeding condition. And really it's 3 main things: health, light, and food. So if your birds are healthy and strong, that's good. If you're providing the right light and temperature, that's good. And if you're providing the proper diet and food, you know, eventually you're gonna have success. And if you've bought your bird from someone else, sometimes that can take, unfortunately, even up to a year to get those birds on your cycle, on your lighting schedule, on your food regimen, before they actually come into breeding condition. So don't give up on them if right away they don't breed for you, because once they do and you get those awesome chicks in there, you know, it's super rewarding and it's fun to watch them breed, and it's fun to watch them raise those babies. And my favorite stage is about when the chicks are about a week and a half and they have all the pin feathers on in the nest on them, and you know, they're these shy little guys that are poking their heads up over the edge. Those are some of my favorite times, and so good times will come for you guys. Stick with it. If you have any other questions on breeding canaries, let me know. I'd be happy to help out, to give you any information that I can. You know, this is really just personal information that I've received from experience. You know, and who knows, maybe some of this stuff won't work for you, and you need to find what works for you and for your birds. And that comes through knowledge, that comes through education, that comes through studying and trying to gather as much information as you possibly can on these birds to help produce an environment that invites them to breed. So hopefully that helped out on you guys. Appreciate you watching all these videos. Drop some comments below of some future videos that you'd like to see, whether it's with canaries, whether it's with Golden finches, zebra finches. I do have a shaft tail update coming for you guys. And I also have some new birds that I haven't highlighted yet that I need to show you guys. So that's all to come. Appreciate you watching. Hope you have a great one. We'll see you later.